I love superheroes and the genre, however, I'm very picky when it comes to them. I like to think many of my favorite superhero stuff falls into two separate categories, either interesting writing or dumb fun, but a lot of my favorites combine the two. Today, we're going to review a goofy and rather stupid game that I seem to love called Saints Row 4. The re-elected version released in 2015 for the newer consoles. Well, they're not new no more, they're old, but you know what I mean. My name's Blas. I make videos about, I talk about stuff, you know. Video games, movies sometimes, but not very often. I would like to start talking about anime, but, like, I don't know nothing. I'm barely, like, getting back into it. But my main topics are usually video games that I play, Fortnite, and Dead by Daylight. So if you're interested in that stuff, make sure to watch some of my other videos. And yeah, let's just get into the video. I'm embarrassing myself. Anywho, Saints Row 4 is, well, the fourth game in the Saints Row franchise, and the last game in the franchise to give a damn about. Saints Row 1 was clunky and boring, Saints Row 2 was great, and it was pretty fun actually, but still a little clunky. Saints Row 3 was the decent but popular one that I personally like, and Saints Row 4 is basically just unhinged tomfoolery. Never played a Gat Out of Hell, and I never want to play Saints Row 2023. So the Saints Row franchise, just to clear some things up, is basically a better version. I don't know, I'm gonna get some garbage for that. I would say it's a fun GTA clone, where you play as a gang member. Each sequel got bigger in its storytelling, humor, and ended up becoming something else entirely, which is, well, it's best if we just talk about it. The game opens up with the narration describing the Saints to this point. So basically, not only are the Saints celebrities, they're also working with our government. They've become friends with the feds. Unfortunate. Anyway, we enter what I assume is the base of a typical terrorist organization. Bad guys, basically, for us to kill. And we shoot our way inside looking for a man named Cyrus Temple. He was one of the many antagonists from the bloated Saints Row 3, because Saints Row 3 really fell off, like, in the final act. It was, I don't know, the game's still fun, but damn, that was horrible. Anyway, we have a goofy quick time event fight, and he falls into a vat of something, and he dies. But he actually doesn't die, and he pulls a quick Terminator reference and launches a nuke. The boss, us, the player, decides they have to hijack the nuke and disable the warhead while Aerosmith plays in the background, referencing the movie Armageddon. Prepare for a lot of on-the-nose references if you play the game. Anyway, we climb the missile in a quick-time event while our homies say their goodbyes.
Had I any idea you would be so willing to sacrifice yourself to save the world, I suppose I wouldn't have tried to kill you.
And we then jump from the exploding rocket, the nuke, and somehow we survive, and the boss breaks the fourth wall, which takes us to the title card. We then cut to the empty White House. For some reason it's dark, the lights are off. Does the president not live in the White House, or? I don't know my own country, unfortunate. Anyway, we cut to the empty White House, and the boss falls into the chair safely somehow without a parachute or anything. And the next thing we know, we become the President of the United States of America. We get a cutscene showing that the boss isn't really a big fan of the responsibility that comes with being the president. And then we walk to our meeting and make a few meaningless but funny choices. Funny choices. Some fun Jesus Christ, just play the clip.
Now, you listen here. If you think you can cram your agenda past Congress, you are in for a rude awakening. You hear me? Now, let me tell you a little something about the greatest word in politics. Filibuster.
How about Facebuster? My knuckle on that senator's teeth.
We continue and Shondi stops to tell the boss that aliens are coming, and all of a sudden aliens burst through the ceiling. And the main antagonist, Zinyak, introduces himself and his, his other alien guys. And they call themselves the Zin. Zinyak is their leader of the Zin Empire. Yeah, cool. They begin abducting people. They take Kenzie first because she claims to be the smartest person in the room. Which is, I don't know, I gotta laugh at me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a time for fear, but a time for celebration. Today, the best and brightest among you will find salvation within the Zin Empire.
I'm smarter than all these people.
Delightful.
Anyway, the boss decides to grab some guns and fight back, which leads us to getting into a bigger gun that acts more like an anti-air artillery gun. After shooting down some spaceships in almost like a shooting gallery mini-game that reminds me of Space Invaders, a bigger spaceship shows up and blows up the Washington Monument. After shooting down the big ship, it crash lands in front of the boss, and they shoot out the window and jump in to attack Zinyak.
Why do you humans enjoy leaping so much?
Get off my lawn, you son of a bitch!
After getting our butt kicked, we wake up in a parody of Leave It to Beaver called Leave It to the Saints. We then greet our supposed wife, eat some pancakes, greet a neighbor, grab our newspaper, which it bothers me every time I play the intro. I don't know why. It just pisses me off for some reason. And we meet the sheriff, who lets us drive to meet our adoring fans at the diner. The sheriff speaks weird and is basically the exact opposite tone of the main game. Once we arrive at the diner, we head inside.
Oh my stars, it's the president!
Hi, how are... What the f...
We don't use that kind of language here in Steelport.
The boss realizes that something's wrong and Kinsey contacts us and tells us that we're in a simulation. Dun dun dun. Stuff happens and we find out how to escape the boss's nightmare. We have to cause mayhem. Once we do, the sheriff decides to pick a fight with us and we kick his ass, of course. Then Zinyak explains his grand plan, which is honestly kind of lame, but whatever.
I'm impressed.
Where the hell are... Fuck me.
I should have realized a prison of peace would never hold a sociopath like yourself.
I'm more of a puckish rogue.
A rose by any other name.
Are you trying to kill me or sleep with me?
Charming.
See, there you go, those mixed messages again.
Then allow me to be perfectly clear. I am the architect of your reality. I build what I want. I destroy what I want. And your bravado means nothing. Fighting back is pointless, my friend. There's nowhere to run. You belong to me. Now, on to more pleasant things. I'm going to place you in your new home. Try to run again, and I'll destroy your pitiful planet. TTFN.
For the rest of the game, we have to take back the simulation, save our friends, and kill Zinyak. Now, let's get into what I liked about the game. First up, I loved the movement. Like with the superpowers, it's great. I love running, jumping, and gliding through the air. Plus, each of the powers are pretty handy, and I found myself using all of them for different scenarios. My favorite power to use would probably be the telekinesis because of the ragdoll physics. They're hella funny. Another thing I really liked was the customization, but that's pretty much throughout the Saints Row games. The customization is always great, like throughout, and it's amazing here in Saints Row 4. You can completely make yourself, your OC boss, or whatever you wish, and dress them up in cool and silly outfits. Saints Row 4 is basically Saints Row 3, but with superpowers and aliens, but honestly, I enjoyed Part 3 despite its raunchiness, so it's not a big deal, I guess. This game has a lot of hit or miss jokes, but I did like some of them. Some of them did make me laugh.
Can I help you?
No. Well, yes, it's... Sorry, this is a little awkward.
It's okay. Say what's on your mind.
I don't know if I can.
You never know if you can have something unless you ask for it.
I don't want things to change between us.
Things won't change. We're professionals.
You'll see me differently.
Just shut up and say it.
Can you... sign my copy of your book?
Sure.
The music choice is great. We have songs from Outkast, Robert Palmer, Cypress Hill, and so much more. Even though the music choice is good, I think Saints Row 2 and 3 had better picks. I also appreciate the factory music stays on the whole time because of the simulation, so you don't always have to drive to listen to music. You could just put on the radio and just glide across the city. The references are capable of being fun. I especially love the Keith David loyalty mission that takes huge inspiration from the movie They Live. In fact, a lot of the game takes inspiration from They Live. Like, if I were to oh my god. Hold on, I'm trying to organize my thoughts here because I'm kind of reading off of the script that I wrote for myself. Anyway, even though the plot is literally just The Matrix, being inside the simulation takes a lot of influence from They Live, which is pretty good because I like both movies. The weapon variety is also pretty good. My favorite being the metal remix of the dubstep gun, which I'm pretty sure is a DLC weapon, but I also like the normal dubstep gun too. I think the developers liked it too, which is the reason why it was in like some big. I don't even know. It was more than $100. I know it was like 200, 300 bucks or something. It was like some special edition like version of Saints Row 4 that came with a was it a replica? I don't think it was an exact replica. I'll look it up. I'll see if I can find anything on it. Now, what did I not like about Saints Row 4? First up, I'd argue more than 60% of this game is just recycled from Saints Row 3. I even think the entirety of Saints Row 4 should have just been a DLC. Like, if you didn't like Saints Row 3, then just skip this one. The reference humor gets tedious and annoying sometimes. Well, tedious and annoying mean the same thing, but you know what I mean. The annoying factor is 50-50, because sometimes it's nice, I don't mind it, and then other times it's just like, shut up, dude. Please, just get your own ideas. But then the game has a Mechagodzilla outfit, and then I fall in love with it again. The AI for teammates and enemies are basically the same thing, and I've come to the conclusion that they're just beyond stupid. Sometimes while running in the super fast speed, you can get stuck on certain things, and you have to jump out of it, and sometimes you just gotta, like, sometimes if you run into a car, you can get stuck in it, and then it blows up, and whatever, it gets annoying. But that's really the only bug I faced. The game can be buggy, but I haven't experienced anything game breaking. Oh, there was this one bug that bothers me with the haircuts. That for some reason, I noticed it. Well, no, I noticed it on my girl character too. But basically, some of the haircuts, it's like they're floating above your character's head, so it kind of looks like, I don't know. Maybe I'll point it out in the video if I have a clip of it, because it looks silly. I really, really like the aspect of building relationships in video games, and I wish there was a real friendship or romance mechanic instead of just pressing buttons or doing missions with little consequences. I mean, I get it, just to make fun of Mass Effect and banging your companions, but like, come on, you could do a little bit more. Another thing I realized is that I really, really miss the layered clothing of Saints Row 2. Maybe I'll review Saints Row 2 one day, but I did find out, unfortunately, that they did add back the layered clothing, except it's in the 2023 remake or reboot, whatever you want to call it. So that sucks. That really sucks, because layered clothing it's really cool. One final thing that kind of actually bothered me sometimes, like, I'm usually not one to speak on graphics, but damn, does this game look terrible sometimes. It's always night in the simulation, so it hides some goofy looking stuff, but I also don't like that you don't get to change the weather or time of the day until the end game. And even then, it's a hassle to exit the simulation, run over under the ship, and run to a terminal just to change the effects. And it doesn't even tell you what the effect's going to look like. It just says overcast, rainy day, nightmare. What is nightmare? I don't understand what nightmare is. So to wrap up this video, because it's already beyond 10 minutes, overall, Saints Row 4 is a fun time. The game is usually on sale for around $5, so I say it's worth the price. It's fun, you get to customize your own character, it's a really good GTA clone. But you have superpowers, so it's basically like GTA meets Prototype, which I really want to buy again so I can review it. Because the last time I played Prototype, I think was in elementary, 6th or 7th grade. So, damn, that game was good. Anyway, so let's get on to the rating. I give Saints Row 4 a 6 out of 10. Slightly above average. It would have been average, but the fun factor, just it gave it 1 extra point. So that's where I'm going to cut this review. If you liked the video, oh my god, it's been a long time, okay? It's been a long time since I actually sat down and recorded a video. I'm sorry. So if you liked the video, leave a like. Comment down below what you think about Saints Row 4, if you're planning on checking it out when it's on sale, or just not checking it out at all. Let me know if you've played this game in the past and you remember it fondly, or is this the game where you were like, nah, screw Saints Row, I'm never going back. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about my criticism. Was I fair? And I think that's about... Oh, nope. If you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. I honestly appreciate it. We're beyond 600 subs now. We're in the final stretch to 1,000. And once it hits 1,000, I'm taking this thing seriously. I'm gonna have to start uploading every day. So I think that's it. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.